Hello, I am Connor Nielsen of CS Reviews, and you know what I really love? A good movie. And my last trip to the movies was to see a movie called The Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time. Now, I did not see this in a big theater. I saw it in one of those, like, $2 theaters. That, pay $2, go in, there's, like, two other people in the theater, and it's, like, next to an arcade. Yeah, it was, I went to go see it there. And well, what was I expecting of this movie? Now, if you know me, when I first saw this, I went, you gotta be kidding me. Another video game movie? I mean, when I first saw the Super Mario Bros. Movie, I was appalled. I thought it was dumb and stupid, and just an awful movie. And, the thing is, it always reminds me of those. Every time I see the words Jerry Bruckhiemer and it's a PG-13 movie, I go, oh, here we go again. An 8-year-old action-adventure movie from Jerry Bruckheimer. I mean, that's like the target audience, 8 to 12, but they say, ooh, it's PG-13, it's very risky, young one. I mean, it's PG-13. I mean, you gotta be a big boy to see this, but come on, let's face it. The Dark Knight is PG-13, and that's a very intense movie. Inception, that's a PG-13 movie. Oh wait, I'm noting Christopher Nolan, probably the greatest director of our generation, and in my personal opinion, the Kubrick of the modern day. But no, anyways, back to the movie. Now, what I consider good acting is when it feels like you're watching something that actually happened. When I saw Citizen Kane, and after I watched it, I had to remind myself, like, about a day and a half, that didn't actually happen. And that was very hard to convince myself to do, because it felt so real. And Shawshank Redemption, I had to convince myself that didn't actually happen. I had to convince myself that Inception isn't actually happening. It's really, really hard on how I do, but these kind of movies, the summer blockbuster 8-year-old action adventure, and it doesn't even have to be 8-year-old, like, really bad movies. For example, Battlefield Earth, Batman and Robin, Transformers 2, Transformers 1. I mean, it's not a bad movie, but it's not a good movie either. But they all feel like you're watching someone acting. And I like to call this the fly on the wall. When it feels really good, like there's really good acting going on, it feels like it's a fly on the wall watching it, and you don't feel like it's a camera, and like when I was watching this movie, Prince of Persia, it felt like a camera was shooting it, and there were lights around, and there was somebody going, okay, walk forward. I mean, it felt like that. Even though you couldn't see, like, the boom in the shot, or you couldn't see, like, a director. I mean, it felt like that. Now, the story is this. Dastan, played by Jake Gyllenhaal, he is the Prince of Persia, but he's not actually the actual son of the king. And they go in and attack this city because there's weapons in there, or something like that. I don't really know, but they're attacking a city that has a lot of video game ready moments. I mean, it felt like you were just sitting there and like he's like swinging across like random poles that are sticking out, and you could feel, okay, they took a page out of a video game, but it was very video game ready, and you can tell it's a video game movie. But anyways, he infiltrates it. They take the dad dies by some really bogus thing. It's a cloak around him, and okay, so his brother gave him a cloak to give to the dad. The dad dies because it's a poisoned cloak, and so then he gets blamed for it because he gave the cloak, and then he's on the run. And then the princess, who has a really square jaw of the city, who gets like on your nerves a lot, they go around, they meet a guy who hates to pay taxes and runs ostrich races, and they have a little dagger that's really dull, but when you hit the button on the jewel that really like a button, it unleashes the sands of time, and you've got to go back 1 minute in time, which comes in quite a bit of convenience. But then he finds out that who framed him, and really, I can't give too much away, but just look at the movie poster, and there's the spoiler. But so that's pretty much the setup of the story. Now here's some pros. The acting is not good. It's not bad, but it's not good. Well, okay, it's good, not great. And the reason I say good is because it felt like they were all taking this really seriously, when it doesn't feel serious to the audience because it's so out there. I mean, Inception is so out there, but it was compelling and it made you believe. This isn't compelling and it doesn't make you believe, but Jake Gyllenhaal, he knows it's like a stupid movie. So what is he doing? He's just kind of having fun and smiling the whole time, you know, just having a good time, while everyone else is taking this so serious, and you're just laughing because, I mean, it doesn't feel like it feels like they're acting. Okay, I'm gonna get paid at the end of the day. Oh well, you know, let's just put it out there. But Jake Gyllenhaal is the saving grace of this movie, and he had a pretty terrible wig on, I have to say. But it's very entertaining while you're watching it. After you watch it, you're like, okay, that was pretty stupid, but it's entertaining while you're watching it, and it kind of keeps you watching. So I have to give him credit for that. Cons about this movie is that girl's character. The girl's character is just so annoying, and it's unnecessarily annoying. I mean, there are some annoying characters that do good at being annoying, and what?
Citizen Kane, his second wife.
Yeah, but I mean, in Citizen Kane, his second wife, she was annoying, but it was good. It was good acting, and she was an annoying person. This is just, okay, you're supposed to be annoying, so act annoying. Okay. And more cons about this movie is the acting is not, the only really good person acting is Jake Gyllenhaal, because he knows it's not that great of a movie, so he's just having fun while everyone is taking it so serious. Like, oh my goodness, we're in Christopher Nolan's Batman 3. We gotta act serious. We gotta be the role. But they're not being the role. They're just acting. But Jake Gyllenhaal, is doing good. After you watch it, you kind of feel bored and really unresolved. The storyline is not that great, and well, it's okay. Well, as a movie, it's entertaining, and that's, what more can I say? Spencer, I'm going to introduce Spencer because he has a couple words to say about this movie. So, hello, Spencer here, and so this movie, yes, it's dumb, it's stupid, it's fun. I had a fun watching it with some friends, but there are 3 parts that I knew were gonna happen from a mile away. The first thing, the dad dies. That scene after they take the city, they kidnap the princess and stuff, and then there's this long scene where the king is talking to his sons, and at that moment, like, he's going to die. It's a long, pointless scene where the dad's just saying, "Oh, I love you, sons. You're the best. You did this for me," and you can just tell in that moment, hey, he's going to die. This is just one of those formulated scenes. He's going to die, and what happens? He dies. And then my second thing is that there's this part where the princess, where he's talking to the princess and he's like annoying her because, you know, she's annoying him, so he's trying to annoy her back, and then she doesn't respond. He says, "Ha! I shut the princess up, finally." And he turns around and then she's lying on the ground. I said,
She's faking it. She's gonna hit him, then escape. And what happens? She's pretending to be dead, hits him with something, and steals it. Then he gets it back, and the last thing is the bad guy. I saw it from a model, and I didn't see as Connor said, look at the poster and you know who the bad guy is. There's the spoiler. I knew it. I took one look at him and says, he's the bad guy. One look from the beginning of the movie, and that's what I have to say about it.
Alright, so, another thing I didn't like is they ran a joke into the ground, which was the guy who doesn't like to pay his taxes. I know that, it's like the old days tax collectors were the devil, but they ran the joke so many times, like, into the ground. And another thing I don't get, it's in the Middle East, but they're speaking in British accents. And now it says this happened a really, really long time ago. So I'm assuming this is before the British colonization, like pretty much everywhere in the world. But still, why are they speaking in British accents? I know it'd be like, I'd like to pay taxes, thank you, come again. But honestly, it's in the Middle East and it's not realistic, and I don't get that. Why does it seem that in all these 8-year-old action-adventure movies that they have to speak in British accents? I mean, Pirates of the Caribbean, I haven't seen Sorcerer's Apprentice, but judging what I've seen by the trailers, that also is. And now this, and there's probably billions of others, and at the end they fall into a cliche. One of my most hated cliches. But anyways, all in all, my final score is 2 out of 5 or 4 out of 10. So, this is Connor Nielsen of CS Reviews signing out.